Alright. Hey Whizz, I was thinking I would make a little dungeon out of this map that I showed you, just to show you, maybe how easy it is. But I find that if I do like 3 encounters for a game with our guys, it usually eats up more than enough time, so that's how I go about it. Anyways, I thought it might be fun. You can see what's going on. So here we are back at the little map that I made earlier for today's video, and I am going to go to the token layer, and I'm gonna delete these doors here because you're not quite. So I showed you this is on the this is the dynamic lighting layer. On the last one, I drew some walls in there, right? So what I really wanted to do is finish this off. I was just playing around. I thought maybe I would show you what I'd do. So I'm gonna go over to the art library section, and if I go into my library and I just start typing something, I want to put a couple doors in here, but I don't like the way the doors look. So I'm going to go to the map layer first, and then I'm going to go to the journal, to the whatever this asset art library, and I'm just going to start typing door, right? And you'll see over here I get choices, right? And if I go from the web, I'll get even more choices, right? So, well, this will probably work because I don't have any doors on this map that I found online. I'm just going to add one, right? So I'm not going to go too crazy. Just going to go to this one down here. You can see by whatever dungeon, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drag it off onto the screen, and it came in as a token. And I'm on the map layer now, so I can zoom it down, rotate it, zoom it down some more, put it right here, let's say. Oh, you have to hold Alt to put things in random spots. So I'm going to go like this, Alt, hold, while I'm doing all this, while I'm holding Alt down, and I'll have a door right here. Alright. I had to hit escape to get that to stop doing that. And then I'm going to I'm going to copy this token, and I'm just going to paste it over here. So I have my 2 doors that I wanted, and I'm going to go Alt. Alright, so I have a door there and there. I have to hit escape to remember that lock. Anyways, I'm going to grab these 2 doors, and then I'm going to lock their position. I think, let's see if we can do it. I have to do one at a time. That's fine. So I'm going to grab this door, advanced, lock position, grab this door, advanced, lock position. Now those are 2 doors that I've added into this map that I had pre-existing. So now I'm going to draw them in for the, so when I go, I'm going to go to the dynamic layer, dynamic lighting layer. I'm just going to go to the polyline. I'm going to have it be blue for a second because I want to just fill in here, right? So I'm going to go boop, boop. Oh, I didn't grab it as blue. That's okay. I'm going to select it, turn it blue here, say okay. I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go polyline, bloop, bloop. Just do this. Oop. Delete. Back to polyline. I'm just going to put it from here to here. Right click, left click, right click. Alright. Now just go, and I want the first one to be a green door so it can be unlocked by them guys. So I'm just going to go green, okay, and then I'm going to go boop, boop. And then I'm going to go orange door, okay, for the second door. And I'm going to go boop, boop. Alright, so now on the map, I'm going to go back to the token layer, grab, select. When I prior sting, look, you can see that there's like a door there. But I also made this thing over here from, and if you click on your collection, you can go down, and I made, ooh, let's rename it right now. We're gonna call it doors. I'm gonna say okay. As you know, playing on my game, sometimes it's hard to figure out what a door is, so I'm gonna click here. I'm just going to click right here and then go to this all the way down in my collections and then push, it says doors, push the token button. Oh. I wonder what's going on. Am I on the right layer? There it is. Alright, let me see if I can make that work a little bit better for you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to scroll out. I wonder why I was putting them there. I'm going to roll the token. There it is. See how it appeared? I'm going to say that door opens. Again, Alt lets you move around and just place where you want to. If I right click on it, I can choose the side, and I'm gonna like make this door by sliding this over open out into the room. There it goes. Alright, I can literally just copy this and paste it right here for the second door. Alright, and then I'm gonna put that on the map layer, and I'm gonna grab this one and put it on the map layer. Now they're both, the doors are on the map, so as a character when I'm playing, I can, we're going to go back, and then, so Brian's saying he can tell that that was a door, right? It helps, even though it kind of looks like a door, and the character might notice it, but, you know, you can help that way. Alright. What I've noticed is that on a green door, the very first time you open it, if I use push doors, the character, it doesn't seem to run. But if as DM I push the push door button, it'll run and then close it. And now the characters have the ability to open green doors. Don't have no idea why, but just seems to be a little thing. Alright, so I needed a way to get them down from in this little tower. I don't have, you know, because we didn't draw this map. I can give you tools to draw maps, but I'm going to go back to the art library and type stairs. Again, these premium assets, we don't own these things, right? They want you to buy. But if you go to from the web, scroll down a little bit, you'd be like, oh yeah, that is a spiral staircase. It'll work. Just drag it out as a token. You can size it by dragging it here. Like that's how. You can hold Alt down and it'll let you make it any whatever size you want. I'm going to put it there. I'm still holding Alt. I'm going to put it on the map layer. I'm going to go to the map layer. I'm going to just lock this position. Alright, and I'm going to go back to token layer. There it is. Now I have a staircase, a couple doors, right? Over here it looks a little slimy. And I'm going to make well, first let's do this. We're going to go into the GM layer. It's okay. And I'm going to draw like a thing to remind me that there's a trap here. So I'm going to do draw polyline. So I know if I hold shift down, it'll go right to the boxes, right? So I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to go from here to here to here to here to here. And then I'm going to go here to here, here to here. Like you can, so if I use select tool, I think I can why don't we make it all, we'll make this thing there so it pops out. But this is on see, this is the token layer. Now it's the GM layer, right? And so the players won't see it. And if I wanted to, I can go here and do text. In the draw tool, you can do text. I'm going to pick a color that I can see. I'm going to do pit trap, just to give me notes. Pit trap. DC. We'll say 15 to find it. And then let's do like 2d6 on And there we go. Now I got to go back to select tool. I can grab this and put it here. So again, hold Alt. It'll put the notes where you want it to be. I'll make sure this is, yep, GM layer. So now I have a trap that the bad guys, the players can't see the little note for me to remind me. You can see, you can change its, you know, it's Arial. You can be like, I like Montserrat, or I like Script, or I like, you know, whatever you want to be. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's notes for me. You can leave notes for players too, but you have to put on a layer they can see. Alright, so now we're going to trap. I have this room here. It looks like it's got slime on the floor. I'm going to go back to the token layer. And I'm going to do, I know that there's an ogre jelly. An ogre jelly. So I'm just going to plop it right in here. Bloop. Ogre jelly, let it go. Blurp, 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 blurp. Now I have a token for an ogre jelly. He doesn't seem to have his token actions in there, so token in action in him. Now he has his token actions. I don't know what his speed is. We'll have to look at his sheet because it didn't pop through. 10 feet, 10-foot climb. Let's see. Yeah, it has 10 foot NC. It's just so small in the little box you can't quite see it. But anyways, now I'm gonna bump him with my bump key so he is invisible to the people. Right now, when the characters come in, I can decide to make a choice. They give him a perception check, or maybe if I read the ogre jelly thing, he can spit. Blah blah blah. It doesn't say he's great at stealth, but I'm sure he can fit in like a 1-inch wide ooze section, so he could definitely be hidden in the floor. Alright, so there we go. This little bigger space over here, I'm gonna be like, ooh, let's have a dragon here, but I want to have him sitting on a pile of treasure. So I go back to the art library, and maybe I can do treasure. See what comes up. Again, from the web, I don't buy any crazy assets. Look, oh, it's like a pile of treasure. So we're gonna drag it on. I'm gonna hold down Alt so I can make it whatever size I want. Here's a pile of treasure. I'm gonna like rotate it a little bit. Maybe it's too big. Right, we can make it a little smaller. Alright, there's a pile of treasure. Wow! We want to put it on the map layer. You can lock its position, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be too bad. And then I'm going to go to the monster section, to my journal, and I'm going to type in dragon. Alright, and I'll be like, whoa, dealt white. Maybe ancient's too powerful. We're going to do like a wormling maybe, or a young, we're going to do a young a red dragon wormling. So I'm going to drag him out. He won't be full power compared to other, you know, like a full huge dragon. He pops on the screen. We could say, maybe he's a little too small. We want him, even though it's only 7.5 hit point, we don't want a super, so I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to activate his token actions, and there he is, right? We could, if we wanted to, we could be like, oh, maybe it's a secret door they have to find to make an entrance here. So, right? So I'll go back to here. In order to make it look clean, I'm going to polyline. I'm going to use orange so that I can unlock it as a door if I want. And I'm going to go say, okay. I'm going to go from here to here. Right? There's like a little hint that there's a weird little thing there, so maybe the players will figure it out. But like, let me go back to the token layer and drag Briar Sting. He's in the room with the ogre jelly, and he's gonna see. Now you can't quite see, but if you decided you want them to find it, you could go and use your push door button. Bam! The secret door is open to the dragon. Bam! It's closed. Right? So that would be. Now I'm gonna put Briar's thing back in here. Oh, we didn't put I should say. I didn't. So I'm going to go to, I didn't put a player start. I'm going to put them right in the middle here. Drag out player start. Put it in the middle here. Put it on the GM layer so the players can't see it. So when they ping into this dungeon, they'll start in this little circular room. Alright, so there's a dragon waiting for him. Alright, that could be cool. And like we have this little hallway to nowhere, and I'm thinking, let's use a mimic, right? So first let's go back to the art library and we'll do chest. Oh, I spelled it wrong. So we can see there's different chests. I like this one. We'll pick this one. We'll drag it out on the token thing. We'll put it here. You grab this little square and you can rotate it. Oh. Alright. How you can rotate a token is hold down E and then start rolling your wheel as well. So now I have a chest. We're going to put it on the map layer so we can't grab it. So now there's just a random chest on this little bloopy hallway. So then we're going to go ahead and go to the back to the journal or compendium, I should say, and we're going to type in mimic. And look, now we have a mimic. I'm going to grab this mimic. I'm going to drop him right here. See, when I turn on the thing, you can't, like, he's outside their vision, so I can just leave it on the token layer, and I'm going to give it. I must have already, but token actions. So he has his token actions for his attack, right? So as the players engage it, you can either drag it over here and make it be the token they're fighting, or you can just pretend they're fighting this chest, and you can do the damage to this guy. And if it moves, you could drag it out, move it around. But we're going to leave it over there. They won't be able to see it. All right. So then you could leave yourself notes like what's up here in the treasure. So we're going to go to your GM layer. We're going to go back to the drawing tools. We could do text. We could be like 1,000 gold pieces. Plus 1 longsword. Alright, and then when we go to, we can move around the GM, we have to hit select. Now I could be like, leave my note here, so I know what's in this pile of treasure, let's say. And now I've created a little dungeon, right? So, here, I will do this. We're going to go back to the token layer. Alright, I'm going to give Briar's thing temporarily can be controlled by OD. I left OD in there because it helps. And we're going to put him in OD's journal because it helps with the experience points problem I was having a little earlier. We were talking about dealing with you getting experience points, right? So here, watch this. We're going to close this. I'm going to open Old Dude's D&D, and then I'm going to sign him on. Oh, nope, not what I want to do. I'm going to go to Roll20. I'm going to go to log in. I'm Old Dude's D&D, and I'm in a Midgard game, so I'm going to go launch this game. Now you're looking as if I was a player, right? So I'm not quite sure where we're going to appear. We're just going to block this. We don't care about this for a second. So OD doesn't have a character in where the token is from the other game, but OD does have a character in the where I'm at now. Well, maybe he does have a character here. Let me go look. This OD. Now, there's no characters in wherever you had the tile, so whatever. So now, as the DM, I'm on another screen DM, and I'm gonna plop the players into Rob's little dungeon, and there is Briar's thing. See, I can control Briar's thing. I'm like, oh. So now I'm gonna roll over here to this door. I see this door, and I'm gonna use my push door button on Briar's thing. He doesn't have. I don't have the open all doors, but push. Oh, look, that door opens. So now Briar's thing. I move forward. And I try this door, push, nope, nope. All I'm doing is closing the other door. I can't open this one. So then I'm gonna do something like, say, you'd be like, Briar's thing, make a intelligence check or skill or something, right? So I'm gonna do a check, and I'm gonna do, I don't know, let's do survival or something. See if he can break the lock. So I rolled a 17, and you're going to be the DM. All right, I decided to do that. So over here as the DM, you can't quite see what I'm doing as the DM, but that's how it works. I click on Briar's Thing's token. Here, you know what? I'm going to set it up so that I'll bring it over. You can see. All right, now I go to Briar's Thing's token as the DM, and I'm going to use open all doors. Boom, and that door opened. Now when I go back to being the OD of the player, there's Briar's thing and the door open for him, right? So this door is closed. I'm going to push this door, but now I'm going to go into the corridor, and we're going to say, all right, I'm going to go up, up, up. Oh no, you can see on the map area over here where I'm the DM, right? There it is. OD Briar's thing has made his way into our trap. So we're going to give Briar's thing a perception check. Well, his passive perception is probably not enough, but maybe as a player, I said I'm prodding and blooming and I'm looking for traps. So we'll give him a perception check. And then let's see if he gets it. 9, nope. So say he fell into the thing. And over here as a DM, I'm going to roll 2d6. And I can say, oh, poor Briar's thing took 6 points of damage. So then as a DM, I'm back here. I click on his token, hit my damage button over here that we made for you guys. Damage, and we'll do 6. And now Briar's thing took 6. Back on his screen, he took 6. So now Briar's thing starts moving forward. See, in this game, Briar can't see the ogre jellies in the thing, right? But say you're going to give him, he's doing a search, and you're going to say, if he rolls a perception of 12 or better, he'll be able to see that the thing is there, right? So I'm going to go back here, and rather than ruin the surprise, I have the PC, I have group check, remember? Group check. So I'm going to clip on Briar's thing. I don't have anybody else. So I'm going to do a group check. And down here, it's going to, in my group check in the chat, I can do perception, right? Oh, Briar's thing rolled a 16, right? So say it was your 3 characters and one of them. So Briar's thing now has detected, right? So this is me as the DM. So now I can reveal that this ogre jelly is in the, going to try to fight them, right? So then I can do bump. Remember, I made the bump back, and then bam, the ogre jelly's appeared. And see, now Briar's thing can see the ogre jelly. I'm like, oh no! So now, as the DM, I'm gonna swipe across here, start combat, right? Combat start, boom. All right. Now I'm the player. I'm like, okay, oh no! So the ogre jelly won initiative. So as the DM, I go, he does a pseudopod attack. He rolls and like, oh, he hit him with a 23, poor, right? And then, so as the DM, I would go click on Briar's thing's token, and he takes normal damage, which is 11 plus 3. So this poor Briar's thing isn't going to last very long against this thing, but we will fudge it, right? So then Briar Sting is going to do a two-handed longsword attack. And Briar Sting rolls a 15. Oh, I don't have Briar set up to roll dice for whatever reason. So I'm going to go show you how to do that. So in his dice options, this character needs to do enable 3D dice and enable automatic roll. Right, you see that, so you can tell your players to do that under the gear. And then he hit him for 10, right? So back on your screen as a DM, you see Briar Sting hit the Ogre Jelly. Only has an AC of 8, so he sure hit it, right? But in order to make Briar Sting not die, we're going to go, and so he would have taken, there he goes, he takes the full 10, but the damn thing has 45 hit points, right? So let's imagine that somehow Briar Sting did a whole crap load more damage. So I did, I'm going to heal Briar Sting, so he's full hit points. I did fix this experience point thing, so if I click this, it would add experience points to all the players. I'm not going to do it because we don't want to give unearned experience, but now Briar Sting has defeated the Ogre Jelly. Alright, so on Briar Sting's screen, you can see he's defeated the Ogre Jelly and he moves on. And let's say you do it again, you want them, they're searching around and you want to determine who, if somebody did it, right? So there's only one character, but I'll include the Ogre Jelly this time just to show you. I have this one called Group Check, remember? Or you can have them do individual checks, like, alright, say you wanted, I'm going to have Briar Sting do I was like, give me a perception check, right? So PC skill check. I click on, this is you, click on Briar Sting, click on PC skill check. Alright, I'm going to go. Now I'm Briar Sting and I see this appear. So you tell him to click on his token and give you a perception check. He clicks on perception. Sting rolled a 7. Alright, that's obviously not enough to find the secret door, but for the sake of this game, yeah, we're going to say he didn't find the secret door, right? But if they did, if one of them did, you click on the closest token and then you would do open doors and bam! Now you can see the door opened on their screen, right? But I'm going to close it on their screen. Boom! They didn't find the secret door. Alright, so we're back to those guys. So they go back, they don't go, they already been there, they go down, they make it past the trap. Right, you could reveal the trap to them if you wanted to. Like, I can go here and go, let me move Sting for a sec. I can go on to the GM layer, grab, so K, I can grab all these lines, right click on them, and then push them back to the I can put them on the map layer. Now when I go back, see? Those guys can see where you had the trap, right? So now you make them, they're trying to go a trap, and you want to make them do a dex check, right? So we'll go back to your screen. You select. Oh, I got to be on the right layer. All right, I was on the map layer for a sec. Now I'm on the. If you can't click on, the most likely reason is that you're not in the token layer. And I'm going to make Briar Sting give me for whatever reason, I'm going to make him do a saving throw, right? So I have saves. So we're going to make him say, all right, Sting, give me I'm going to go back to the chat. Give me an intelligence save. So on the back on their screen, you can see it. They got this, and they got their choices. So they tell them to click on the token and give him an intelligence save. Alright, well, somehow a 6 was a passing thing, and he saw a lever, and he was able to close the trap. Alright, so now Sting keeps moving on. Sting keeps moving on. He's moving on. Oh, he sees a chest down there, and he goes, man, that looks like, this seems trappy to me. Let me do a check, right? So you could do skill check, right? So on your thing, I had to scoot down. So here's Briar Sting, and we're going to do PC skill check for him. Click on it. You'll see the box appear, but he'll also see. So now Briar Sting sees, oh, give me an investigation check, right? So insight, investigation. So he rolled a 20. He's like, no, that's not a thing. That's a monster. And he steps back, right? And then you go, yeah, that was a monster. And you move over this guy, and you can see now that he sees the monster, right? And now it's like a fight. The monster has movement, so a fight will ensue, right? So you can grab both guys. This is your screen again. Do a combat start. All right. So Briar Sting won the initiative, right? So, okay, Briar Sting gonna swing his longsword. 22 would hit. So back in your world, you got a 22 hit. He hit for 6. So back on your screen, you click on the Mimic. And then you just make sure you had only the Mimic. And then you do damage. The Mimic took 6 points. Now we go next. Oh, this is interesting, right? So you got it two. I must have had them other tokens swiped when I started the attack. So you can see right here the Ogre Jelly's in this combat order and the second Briar Sting. All you do is go over and delete, delete. Now those two guys have been taken out of the order. All right, so the Mimic, he's going to do his bite attack. He's going to click on bite. And look, 21 hits, poor Briar Sting. So you click on Briar Sting and you do the single heart because it wasn't a natural 20. And you can see back there, Briar Sting got hit. He's like, ow! All right, and then on the next round, oops, sorry, that was what I wanted to do. On the next round, we're going to hit next here in our turn order. All right. And the Mimic wins again. So the Mimic takes a pseudopod, like bloopy attack on him. And a 12 misses Briar Sting, right? So Briar Sting is cool. Next turn, Briar Sting's turn. So the character who's playing Briar Sting, he's over here. And he takes a long sword swing. And we'll say, oh, that hits. So back in your world, you got a hit over here. So you do Mimic. And I'm just going to nuke this Mimic dead like Briar Sting was able to kick his ass. Spa! Briar Sting kicked the shit out of the Mimic, and if you want to give him treasure, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So we'll go back. So now I'm going to end combat using the end stop combat button. There we go. Now we're back to being the character, and we're moving down the tunnel. We're moving down the tunnel. Ah, oh no, there's a dragon. Maybe you do some role playing here, and there's some interactive thing, and Briar Sting somehow isn't scared, but I don't know if it will open the character sheet on your side, and you could do this on on your extra monitor. See, here's the dragon's character sheet. I don't even think it has dragon fear at this level. It's just not a very powerful version. It doesn't have dragon fear, so they're not running in scared, right? So they're able to cock it out, and then you guys do some fancy role playing, and then you're going to give Briar Sting a free attack with advantage, right? So Briar goes and does his longsword, and he had advantage, but we'll imagine that 11 was enough to hit, even though it's not. I think this thing's AC, if you look at it, is 17. But we'll say Briar hit the dragon. All right, we'll say hit some, whatever you decide. You know how you can give him more damage if you want. So now we're going to enter combat. It was a free round that had convinced the fight. So we're going to swap on them both, grab them both, and then do, oh no, the dragon won initiative. So the fire breath in the dragon is ready to go. So he takes a breathe, and you can see right here, DC 17, DC 13 dex, or take 76, 24 if you want to manually roll, or you want to do the 24. So you're gonna click on Briar Sting, and you're gonna do the save button to give him a saving throw and tell him to take a dex save. Now I'm back as Briar Sting, and I'm like, oh shit, dex save, and I rolled a natural 20. So as a creative DM that you are, Whizz, you decide that natural 20 means that he completely rolls out of the way to take any damage whatsoever from the dragon attack. So back as the DM, the dragon's breath weapon. Back as the DM, you're going to go next. It's Briar Sting's turn, so he's back here. Briar Sting, he moves a little bit. He takes his longsword swing. 15 hits. All right, so you're gonna back as the DM. You're here. You're gonna say, all right, dragon, you hit the dragon for 8, but maybe you're fudging the game, so you do another 8 button or another 8 button, right? Whatever you want to do. So then that round, now we're going to round 2. We're switching. Briar Sting won initiative. So Briar Sting again chooses to. He's gonna swing his longsword, and he rolls a natural 20. So now we're back as you, DM, doing the DM stuff, and you're like, natural 20. How you really do a natural 20 is you click on the thing and hit the double heart, so it'll do the full 9 points of damage, but you're feeling generous, so you could just click away until it dies. And now Briar Sting has defeated the dragon. So you're going to end combat here. And then Briar Sting is here, and he's like, yeah, I defeated the dragon, moves over, finds his pile of treasure, and you describe to him what he's found. So the easiest way to give him a +1 longsword is this. You double click on the character sheet of Briar Sting as you, the Dungeon Master, right? You see his sheet here. You go over here to the journal, to the compendium, and start typing in longsword. Right? Oh, look, there's a +1. I grab it where it says +1 longsword, and I drag it over onto the seat, accepting drop. So now, over here, he has, Briar Sting now has a +1 longsword on his sheet. So say we decide that he's going to toss away his old longsword stuff and just keep the new ones. Well, if you do this little lock, when I do it, see I get these delete. I can delete the regular longsword, and now he has a +1 longsword, and then I'm going to lock it back so I can't accidentally do that. So you'll notice when you click back on and back off, he still has the old TAs, right? The token actions. So now if I click on him, I'm just going to experiment. If I click just TA, see how it kept the old longsword and had the new one, but if I delete his token actions when I go on him, now I just have the door stuff. But now once I do the TA again after I did the delete, now he has check, blah, blah, +1 longsword, +1 longsword, right? And there it is. So now Briar Sting has defeated this dungeon that is way more powerful than he could ever possibly do. But see, we made a quick little dungeon, and we kind of did a pseudo combat through the dungeon, man. Hope it helps. Talk to you later.